Hello and welcome to the Speed Up the Website Part 2 tutorial, where today we'll see 5 tips to give your website a sonic boom. Leverage browser caching. Whenever a browser requests files from the server every time the browser requests for the file, the server need to send the file again and again for every single request. But you can leverage, or you can actually use the caching mechanism of the browser, which is like the browser will first send a request to the server to send a file. The browser receives the file, and then it will store the file in the client's computer. So the next time when the user visits the same site again and requests the same file again, the browser will not make the request to the server. Instead, it will use the cached file in the client's computer. So there will be no loading time that will dramatically increase the speed of your website. So to leverage the browser caching, you need to put this code in your .htaccess file, and you can get this code in my blog post. Link to the blog post is shared in the description. So here we are doing nothing but for every type of files we are declaring the duration for the caching. For example, for the image JPG in the second line, we declared 1 year of time. That means once the user visit your website for the first time, it will get the JPG file, and for the next 365 days, the browser will not request the server to send the file. Instead, it will use the cached file. However, to use this code, you have to have mod underscore expires turned on in your server side. gZIP compression, like other compression technologies, ZIP compression, RAR compression, gZIP is a compression technology to compress files to minimize file sizes. In your Apache web server, you can configure the gZIP compression by putting this code on your .htaccess file. However, to have this code running, you need mod underscore deflate extension running enabled. So how it works is like whenever the browser need to send a file, if gzip compression is enabled, it will compress the file and minimize and will less down the file size, and then it will serve to the browser. That means less bandwidth, less loading time. Accept vary header. For example, some of the times your web server might be going through some proxies, and maybe you have enabled gzip compression where some of the proxies in the meanwhile between your server and the browser not accepting the encoding. At that kind of situation, you need accept vary header. So you need to enable this, and just one line of code in your htaccess. The code is here. You can get the code in text format in the blog post. Link to the blog post in the description. Keep alive. Keep alive is like consider that you need to order 4 items from a shop, so you make 4 different calls and order 4 different products. But wait, that's not you're gonna do. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make one call and make 4 orders and then cut the line. Keep alive is the same thing. If it is not enabled, the browser, for every single file it needs from the server, will make one request, then wait, then get the file, then cut the line. But if you enable the keep alive, it will make one request and wait for all the files, then it will cut the line. So it will obviously boost your speed. Remove query string from static resources. So if you have enabled browser caching, but if you are having query string at the end of your resource file, then it's not gonna work. Browser never caches those resources which have been requested with some queries. Like here, I'm requesting my CSS. I forgot to write .css anyway, sorry. My CSS, but added version is equal to 1, which is a query variable and value. So in that case, the browser caching will not work. So instead, you just have to request without the query string. That's how it works. So these are the 5 tips. So I will request you to implement these changes in your project and let me know how it's going on. If you like the video, like it and share it, and obviously subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.